So I got the chance to play the Skull and Bones closed beta over the weekend, and while I know it's technically a work in progress, I wanted to give my thoughts and opinions on it, on if it was worth the long wait for this game. Let's get into it. It's the 17th century, and we're in the Indian Ocean, so we start off fighting the British Army, and off the rip, it's already kinda got the Black Flag vibe to it, which is to be expected since this game was born off of how much people love the naval combat in AC4. So we fight, and I will say I expected more in terms of like environmental destruction. The ships, at least some of them, didn't look like they had even a scratch on them up until the very end, and they just catch fire. Again, though, this is a beta, so hopefully that gets fixed, but the ship combat feels pretty good, a little light and floaty, but it's okay. Also, editor's notes, real quick. A little bit of disappointment off the bat. All my recordings won't upload on my Xbox, which is what I played it on, and my capture card didn't get shit. So I don't have any footage. Found this out while editing. It's annoying. Any clips you see, I'll link in the description. It's bullshit, but moving on. But this is just the beginning. So we get overrun and our ship goes down and it's time to customize our character. The options are limited, but it works, so I made my character and we're saved by some friendly pirates. Now we're off to on our adventure to be the deadliest pirate, doing some quests and raiding a giant ship that was in the battle we just got cleaned up in. Again, could use some polish in some areas, but we gotta be a little lenient. I do like in the open waters, there's, animals to interact with. You can go fishing, and there's sharks that'll attack you, which is pretty cool, and you can fight them off with a harpoon. There's crocodiles, too, and I'm sure there's probably more. We retrieve a letter that I guess gives us pirate street cred, so we head off to St. Anne to meet Captain Skurlock. He helps us get a ship and gives us connections. The only problem I had with getting the ship is the materials. I couldn't find jute to save my life. I wasted a lot of the limited time I had in the beta getting this jute, which was a pain in the ass for some reason. But anyways, we got all the materials. Now it's time to get some hardware, and we are off with our new ship. All we needed was cannonballs, and I had enough materials to make the cannons, and after wasting more time, I realized I had enough to make cannonballs as well, but you know me, I like wasting time. So we cop a contract from the blacksmith and he wants us to go destroy some ships. So we do just that. We head back to tell him of our victory and he sends us on another job to prove ourselves. And it took a little bit, but we got some supplies and respect for taking down the fleet. Then he makes fun of our clothes. And so we dress up like a normal pirate. And now we have enough respect to go back to Captain Skurlock. So let's go see what he wants. Basically, he wants us to go bribe people to give him information on where Skurlock's guns are. So we set sail, and this quest felt more like a little bit of a silly fetch quest. We were just literally going and, tagging people. They didn't even tell us what was up. We just grabbed the contract. It was a weird quest. It's kind of annoying, but we did it anyway. So now we got a good thing going. My rank's good, and I have a decent amount of materials and money. So since I only had like an hour and a half or something at that point in my playthrough, I kind of just messed around with the mechanics and ran the clock. The story, if you could call it that, it isn't complex, but so far I like it and I think it works. All in all, it's okay. I see potential. I'll tell you what though, this does make me reconsider a Black Flag remake. I was kind of talking shit in my Does AC Black Flag Need a Remake video, and while I'm still on the fence and I think that AC1 should be the next one in the list, I'll still say Skull and Bones, was it worth it? Was it worth the wait? At the moment, not really. This game should have been out for like a minute, not a game that we should have had to wait for. This feels like a game from like 2019. It looks like Valhalla at times, and that's not a bad thing. But for 2023, I don't know. I see the potential. The graphics look relatively good. The water looked better in Black Flag, in my opinion, or maybe I'm just misremembering. The ship combat needs a little tweaking, but it's almost there. And the story seems okay. Won't touch too much on that. Overall, the gameplay is okay, but again, it's a beta. I'm trying to be lenient, even though this game has been in the works for like a decade. I'll be fair and say what's here is okay. Only problem is some lagging and server issues. Twice I got kicked from the server, but it loaded back pretty quick. No crashes completely. Ship combat's okay, but I'm sure it gets better the more and more you progress collecting resources. But collecting resources is annoying at times, but it's more than likely a me thing. Some stuff is annoying, like how anytime you enter a building, it has to load, and it's 2023, it shouldn't be so much loading, and that wouldn't bother me if my loading didn't take forever, probably just a me thing again, but again, not too bad. One last annoying thing is, I don't like that when you, board a ship, you don't have to fight them like in Black Flag, which would have been really cool to see. I'm probably just being petty, though. I like the plunder options that you can do. You can go to certain areas and you send some crew in to loot, and we stay behind fighting reinforcements, which was pretty fun. All in all, it's a game I would consider checking out when it's released. I see a lot of potential for this game. Will it be a game changer for Ubisoft? Not at all. But a game I look forward to checking out nonetheless, whenever it's released. I don't think it's worth no $60 to $70. From what I'm seeing, maybe 40, but they could completely turn it around in the next 2 months. But considering how much money they probably put into this with all those delays, I kind of get why they're probably going to charge that much. So if they keep the same date, Skull and Bones will be available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and of course PC on February 16th. I think it's worth a look, but nonetheless, that's for you to decide. Check out a couple more reviews, and if I couldn't convince you, again, I only played the beta. But shout out to Ubisoft for the closed beta code. Glad I got to check out the game a little early. But anyways, I want to know, what do you think? Would you maybe be interested in it? And did you get a chance to check out the closed beta? If so, what did you think? But anyways, thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you enjoyed, be sure to share, like, and subscribe to see more stuff I have done. But anyways, thanks for coming, and thanks for watching.